So, welcome to your communication skills training. In the previous video, we talked about silence. Today, we're going to talk about active listening skills. What is active listening? Active listening is extremely important for communication. You can basically just only active listen somebody and any conflict or any situation can be solved by that. If you just listen to someone, if you just make them feel heard and understood, it already solves like 90% of any conflict. So, active listening, how does it look? Step number 1, you carefully listen in what the other person is saying. Instead of thinking what you are going to say, instead of thinking in which ways they are not wrong, they are not right, and so on. Instead, you are carefully listening to that other person and trying to understand them as hard as you can. And you can put your own feelings and emotions and such a little bit aside and address them later. First, we're gonna listen to your friend or opponent or another person whom you are listening. While you are listening, try to grasp the main idea they are conveying to you. And then what you're gonna do when they are done talking, you're gonna summarize what they said in your own words and ask them, did I understand you correctly? Was this what you meant? Okay, so for example, the person is saying to you that, oh, I got so upset that you didn't clean the kitchen today after cooking the breakfast. It made me feel so sad and lonely and unloved and like this and like that. And you ask like, so you mean that it makes you upset when I don't clean the kitchen? Is that right? So you are basically summarizing the thing and reflecting it back to the person. And this helps you to really understand the other person. And in this example about kitchen, the other person would probably say like, no, I don't get upset just because you don't clean the kitchen, but because to me it feels like disrespect. To me it feels like lack of love, lack of care, lack of thoughtfulness about me from your side. So they might say this, and you again repeat like, okay, so when I don't clean the kitchen, you feel disrespected, you feel like I don't love you, and it makes you feel lonely and sad, and it's painful for you, so you want me to clean after myself. And the other person, for example, says, yes, that's what I mean. So our goal with active listening is to carefully listen to another person and just summarize what they said in your own words, and then ask, did I understand you correctly? Is this how you feel? Is this what you want? Is this what you want me to do, or how you want me to behave, and so on. Sometimes the other person doesn't want you to do anything. Maybe they just want you to listen and reflect their emotions. So then you can just say like, so you feel upset because of this and that. Did I understand you right? And they said yes. If they say no, or that you didn't understand something completely, then you listen to them again, explain the same thing, and then reflect it back to them again. Like, did I understand you right now? And if they confirm that yes, then you stop. If they don't confirm, you continue this active listening exercise until they finally feel understood and heard by you. So it's really important to show genuine interest and genuine openness and curiosity about the other person, to not label them in any way, to not get your own insecurities triggered, but to just, pretend you are a counselor or a psychologist and you're listening with all of your attention and not getting in some twisted thinking when you label things, when you criticize, when you judge, and so on. Here we maintain this very open, curious, accepting position towards the other person, and just reflecting what they say and making sure that we understood them. And this is step 1 of active listening. And after you made sure that the other person feels understood and now they are more calm and they are not as emotional or upset, then you can start sharing your own feelings and so on. We're gonna talk about this in future videos. And in the next video, we're going to talk about empathy. So make sure to subscribe and to press the bell button. But today, your home task will be practicing active listening. At least, let's say, with 3 people. Maybe it can be your friend, maybe it can be your co-worker, maybe it can be your family member, maybe it can be your pet even. Like, for example, your dog is like, "Meow, meow, meow." Sorry, I never had a dog. Like, let's say it's a cat. "Meow, meow, meow, meow." And you say, oh, you want some food? Did I understand you right? And you can play this way as if you're actively listening to a cat, but preferably with humans. And you can even do it with yourself, but it's more difficult for your energy. So don't try it just yet. And you're gonna do this active listening exercise and practice it again and again and again until it becomes more natural and habitual for you. And remember that this technique is maybe the most essential for any conflict resolution. Like, if your child is upset and throwing a tantrum, you can do the active listening. If some client of yours is upset and angry, you can just do the active listening with them. If you have a conflict with your partner, or conflict with a friend, or conflict with a family member, you can just do the active listening, and this way they can feel understood. And here you don't have to agree with them. Like, you don't have to agree with what they are saying, with their judgments, but you can just reflect them. Like, you think this way, you think that way, okay? And you're gonna do it at least with 3 people next week. Please make notes once you do it. Notice what are your impressions. Of course, as it's something new, it won't be comfortable immediately, so prepare yourself for a little bit of discomfort, but that's fine. Discomfort only makes us stronger, so go ahead and do this exercise. And in the next video, we're going to talk about empathy, which is wonderful third communication skill. And I see you next time. Bye bye.